What's going on, guys? Back with another video on my 23 Grom right here. So I got a bunch of stuff in the mail today from DH Motoring. I'll show you that right here. First thing I got is the Chimera intake. That right there, and it came with a black air filter, so that's gonna look pretty sick on the bike. And next I got a 14 tooth sprocket, front sprocket, so that's really gonna help with my wheelies. Excited to install that. And I got the DH Motoring camshaft, so this I'm really excited to install because it should improve the power and torque of the bike. So really excited to see how that feels. And then to bring everything together, I had to purchase the ECU tune. It's already pre-programmed, so it's just plug and play. It's plug and play to go with the aftermarket exhaust that I already have, and with the intake and camshaft. So if you're installing all of this stuff, you have to get a tune, or else it won't run right. It won't run to its fullest potential. And the ECU came with this paper. You could pause and read if you want, but basically it says you have to ride the bike for 10 to 15 miles before it adjusts to all the different mods. And one thing I noticed, it says that if I have an aftermarket exhaust with baffles, I have to remove the baffles, and my exhaust has 2 baffles, so yeah, that's gonna be freaking loud if I remove those. So I'll probably remove them just for a second to see how it feels, but I don't know, riding that around the city, that's gonna be freaking loud. But I'll remove them for a second, and if it's too loud, I'll put them back on, but I don't know, we'll see. But first, I'm gonna install the Chimera exhaust. So I have to first remove all the side plastic, so I gotta take out these bolts and then remove the air intake underneath. So let's do that.
Oh, you make me wanna talk back to you. Say it like that. If I hate you, then find someone new. Baby, but you know I never will. No, so I choke you down just like a pill.
So in here, it's a 10mm socket. And the other one on the other side is right here. So there's 3 screws I have to remove. One right here, one right here, and the other one right here.
You're like a pill to get my fill.
It's pretty loose now. It's almost all the way out. I still have to loosen this. And then, I don't know if you could see, but there's the hose that goes into the air box, and then this clip, this one right here. And after I get those 3 things, I should be able to wiggle it out. So on the stock airbox, this little piece right here that holds the sensor has to be moved to the Chimera pipe. So this little coupler connector is the next thing that needs to be installed, and it goes right in here. pipe clamps over it. I'm not gonna tighten it just yet. Want to get the other side on it first. Okay, I got it connected on the other side. Now I just gotta get this tube onto the little tube on the pipe. Now I gotta install the extender. So, connects right here. Alright, just like that. As you can see, got that all connected. Got this tube. This tube was actually harder than I thought to squeeze on, but finally got that on. Got this connected. And the last thing is to connect the air filter. Really nice. Now let me get the plastics back on. Okay, so I got the plastics put back on both sides. So the next thing I'm gonna install is the camshaft or the sprocket. One of the two, but that's next. Okay, now I'm gonna remove the cover piece that covers the sprocket that I'm going to replace. Okay, now I have to remove these two bolts. Okay, so you have to line this thing up in the grooves in order to remove it. There we go. Now this should pull right out. There we go. And there you see the stock sprocket. So let's compare the size for this one and the new one. Okay, so that's a slight difference, slightly smaller, but that's all it takes to give it more torque on the bottom end. Okay, now you can see the chain is really loose, so let's go back here and adjust it. Okay, so I had to prop up the tire because it has to be elevated from the ground in order to pull it back to tighten the chain. I didn't have a stand from a bike, so I found an old rim hanging around the garage. And that seems to be working, so. Okay, so I didn't film the whole thing, but you can see the chain is not too tight, not too loose. And when you adjust it, make sure it's the same length, like the same space right here, or you could go off of the same length of the bolt. Okay, so now I'm gonna take off the case to get to the cam inside here.
So there's good grams of this for you.
Okay, so
How many pounds is that stupid thing? 9? Something like that.
which one?
Things moving, the cam sprocket moved. Well, that's moving though. Okay, well, we can move this around, but now it should move now. And when that lines up here, we'll see if the timing is lined up again. We can move it now.
Spin it and see.
Yeah, it's good.
Is this lined up with that?
Yeah, it's good. Look,
Yeah, it is lined up.
it's good.
So
Huh?
that's right there, and then
See it?
I don't know if the camera's picking it up. How's it going, guys? I'm recording on my GoPro today. So it's a couple days after that install that I did with my dad, and I had to cut the video short because my battery died on my camera. So we got everything all installed and buttoned up and tightened up. So here's the intake on this side, and then on this side we got the cam all installed. We got the valves adjusted, the sprocket, the smaller sprocket installed, and the ECU is installed behind this. And it's pretty simple. It's in like a rubber cover. You pull out the old one, you drop the new one in. I already rode it for like enough miles, maybe 20 miles or so, enough miles to get the new ECU, to get the new tune broken in. So yeah, the power, it is definitely more snappy, more power than what it was. I'll go ahead and do a cold start right now so you guys can hear. So that's the sound of the toce exhaust. Do a couple of revs. So you can hear the intake as well. I'll do a couple more louder revs when I'm on the road. I'll do a test drive right now and talk to you guys about what I think of the new power. Alright guys, so I'm gonna open it up right here and see how much more snappy it is so you guys can see on the video. Yeah, the power is definitely more than what it was. You see I'm already at 55. There's a dip right here, I gotta slow down. Yeah, she rips now. Yeah, before I used to had to give it all I can just to get up to 60, and now it gets up to it pretty easy. This guy. Was that a Sportster 1200? It's way better than it was.
6 and I'm not even tucked in, so that's pretty good. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I'm missing a mirror right here on the left side because I was practicing my clutch ups and unfortunately fell. I looped it too much. I guess it is more snappy than what it was, so I looped it, and I'll play a clip of that. Oh, fuck. Ah. Well, I guess the cage came in handy. A nice day to ride today. It's been cold for the longest, and it's finally warming up. But yeah, today is a nice day to ride. Power's not bad at all. I mean, the power, it's not my Harley or anything, but people don't buy Groms for speed, you know? They buy Groms to have fun, zipping around town with, doing wheelies, and a lot of people like to do wheelies and stunning, stuff like that. But yeah, people don't buy Groms for speed and highway speeds and stuff like that. The gas because I was getting too close to this Beamer, but I was like halfway tucked and I hit 67 or 68 if I'm not mistaken. Oh shit, 70, 71, 72. I had to slow down again because of this car. But yeah, that's at 74. And yes, I know that the speed isn't 100% accurate because I put a smaller sprocket up front. It's only one tooth less, but it can't be that much difference, you know. If anybody knows the exact miles per hour less that it actually is, then go ahead and tell me. But it can't be, it hit 74, so it can't be that much less, like what, 70? Would that be fair to say? It handles these pothills pretty good. It handles them a lot better than my Sportster 48 did, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, back to what I was saying. People don't buy Groms for speed and for passing cars. People buy Groms to have fun, just zipping around town, and if you want a bike for speed, a Grom isn't the bike to get. Let me get another shot of it. It didn't go into neutral. There it goes. So yeah, I'm happy with it now. It has a lot more power than it did. A lot more power than it did. Everything sounds good. Nothing feels odd with the shifting. I don't want to rev it too loud and piss off these people in the bank, but yeah, thanks guys for watching. Oh yeah, look, this is what happened when I dropped it when I was doing a wheelie. But yeah, fun times. Okay guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.